Λόγο στη συνέχεια πήρε και ο Κωνσταντίνος Πογιατζής, αντιπρόεδρος της Φοιτητικής Παράταξης Αναγέννηση.
Konstantinos Poyadis, I'm the Vice President of the Student Union Anagenesis, and I will tell you about the violations of human rights in Cyprus by Turkey the last 37 years. The European Court of Human Rights has given the clear message that Cyprus issue is primarily an international case based on the violation of human rights and international law by Turkey. The court has ruled on important issues of international law, judicially referring the legal status of the Republic of Cyprus and the illegal actions of Turkey in Cyprus. Basic human rights and vital freedoms, as well as the independence, dominance, and territorial dignity of Cyprus, were brutally violated by the Turkish military invasion of my country in July 1974. On the 20th of July 1974, Turkey invaded Cyprus, an equal member of the United Nations. The Turkish government proclaimed that this action was a peace operation, aiming at the restoration of the constitutional order in the island, which was ostensibly distributed by a coup against the illegal government of Cyprus. According to international law, this is an international crime. Furthermore, Turkey had one-sidedly proclaimed the establishment of a puppet autonomous administration in the occupied part of Cyprus, supported up by the military power of the Turkish occupying forces. Turkey's efforts to establish an autonomous administration in the occupied north of Cyprus was, of course, part of the plan to turn the independent state of the Republic of Cyprus into two different states. Today, Turkey continues to violate human rights as forcible division of the land and its people along ethnic lines. Turkish civilians are given the status of a citizen of a non-existing republic and are considered as being part of the population of the illegal puppet administration established by Turkey in the occupied territories of the island. The European Court of Human Rights and the Human Rights Commission of the Council of Europe have established that many crimes were committed in Cyprus by Turkish troops, such as cold-blooded murders, rapes, and inhuman treatment. By committing those crimes intentionally and on a mass scale, Turkey is answerable for war crimes and or crimes against humanity. An interview with Mustafa Organ, who was a Turkish soldier at the time of the Turkish invasion of Cyprus, referred to a massive kill of about 100 Greek Cypriot civilians who had fled to a small village of Mora near Nicosia. Those killed at the exit of the village were women, children who were running for their lives, he said. Little streets and the exit areas were full of civilians, children and women who were trying to get away. These people were killed in a most vicious way, and some of the bodies were cut into pieces. The Turkish invasion of Cyprus forced approximately 1/4 of the Cypriot population to be displaced from their homes and properties situated in the Turkish occupied area of Cyprus. All these persons are still refugees. For so many years, Turkey has refused to comply with the United Nations General Assembly and Security Council resolutions calling for urgent measures to facilitate the voluntary return of all refugees to their homes in safety and to settle all other aspects of the refugees' problems. The fundamental human right of freedom of religion also continues to be violated in Cyprus. However, around 575 churches and Christian religious monuments in the occupied areas, along with our cemeteries, have been willfully vandalized, robbed, destroyed, or converted into barracks of the Turkish army. For us, the right solution is a solution that we want should adhere to international law and the basic principles embodying respect for human rights, democracy, and also lasting settlement on this going tragedy.